Hey everyone, Frag Guy here, welcome to another video, and here it is, my review of my signature scent, which is Cerruti, or Cerruti, 1881. You can see it there. Now I'm not going to show the bottle, everyone knows what the bottle looks like, but you got a quite classy, square, simple design, very well done, frosted on the front with 1881 raised. You can probably see there, like a frosted back, and then you can see through the sides perfectly clear. Real nice bottle. Has never changed since its release, which was 1990. So it's a pretty old fragrance, but still around. You know, you can pick these up pretty cheap. I think the 100ml, depends where you go, anything between sort of about 18 and 23 or 25 pounds, somewhere right in between. You can't monitor that for this fragrance, and that's what you'll get into in a second. But 100ml for that price is, it's just fantastic value for what you're getting. So what constitutes this as my signature scent? Well, it's a very strange little story. Since the dawn of time, or around 1990, this has always been on my shelf. It's always sat there and looked at me, and I don't remember where it came from, how I got it, how it came to be. It just was there. And strangely enough, as soon as I get down to the end of the bottle using the fragrance, it sort of magically fills itself back up again. It's like a curse, in a sense that it's always been there since around the early 90s, and it's never left my side. Its bottle has just magically topped itself back up, and has always sat there looking at me. It's to say, I will never leave you. I will always be there, no matter whether you want me to or not. So yes, this has always been around. From what I remember, I remember having a bottle of this for, it might have been around 91, 92, something like that. I had a bottle of this for Christmas. I think my first ever bottle of anything was Yelp, or Yelp Homme. That would have been around that sort of era, about 90, 91. And then I remember having something like this for one of them. I don't remember having it for Christmas, but it must have been somewhere around for Christmas. So I've always had a bottle of this around, and strangely enough, any time that I've finished a bottle, I've always repurchased. So I've always had a bottle sitting around somewhere. Even back then, I wasn't necessarily into fragrances. I just liked to wear them and smell good when you go out or whatever it was. You go to school and a little bit of something on. So I suppose it was I suppose it's always been in me to sort of like fragrances and scents. I remember later on, I was obviously trying other things. I always had a bottle of this. I always had a bottle of Yelp, or Dupe as we call it, around. Those are my two that I always had around. I remember having Gucci Rush, I think Tom Baker's Skinwear, the sort of round, tallish bottle with a sort of blue wrap around it. And then once I was sort of 20, 21ish, I remember I really enjoyed and had a few bottles of Armani Code. So those were my sort of first half dozen, if you will, experiences when it comes to fragrances. But strangely enough, I've always had a bottle of this around. Even the others have come and gone. I've currently got a Yelp. I haven't currently got a Code, but I do want another one. Strange how you always sort of rebuy those ones in your first sort of up to about early 20s, say, and those will always stay around with you. It's a bit weird that, but this one has always been around. And lately, not too long ago, I was out with my daughter and I was wearing this actually, and she went, "Oh, you're wearing that one again? That's the fragrance that I associate you with." I was like, okay, that's strange, because I've probably never, well, I probably have, obviously have worn this around her more than I actually thought. So I'm wearing this more than I actually think I was, or I know now, looking back. I just never thought about it. It's just my go-to, my reach. So that was nice to see, that somebody actually said, "Oh, that's the smell that I associate you with." So instantly in my head, now I'm more into fragrances. I think, okay, that is my signature scent. It's got to be. It's been around since one of my first fragrances I ever had. I've still got it. I'm still buying it, and a couple of people now have actually said the similar thing. But my daughter was the first one to sort of emphasise the fact that it smells of me. That's nice. So I'm not going to go much into like all this, what's in it and that. There's like bergamot, cedar, florals, patchouli. There's quite a bit in this. It is classed as a aromatic fougere, and I would actually completely agree with that. Aromatic fougere, and what it's basically smells like is it's sort of like a tart or bitter. Well, not bitter, but like a very sharp, should I say, a sharp citrus is in this, with a herbal side to it. The vetiver is like I didn't say it's a dirty vetiver, but again, it's like a sharp vetiver. This comes off quite sharp, green, a little floral, innocent, the manly floral. It didn't smell feminine floral. Everything sort of mixes really well. It's blended really well. And for me, this, if you like barbershop fragrances, but you don't like the sort of powdery side that some of them go to, now I love that, but if you don't like the powdery side of barbershops, then this might be a good one. This one is clean, it's fresh, it's sharp, it's green, it's got that slight clean floral, shall we say, like a white floral in there. And it's sort of, it dries down more. There's a bit of spice, but not much. It dries down more towards like a grassy vetiver, with still that freshness, sharpness to it. Green type fragrance. Again, herbals in there. But it's what I'll say is like once it dries down a bit, it's like a classy, fresh gentleman's scent. And although it came out in 1990. It's timeless. It doesn't smell dated. It's not one of those that's got like a pissy vibe to it, or you know, there's oak moss in this, but you can't really tell. It's sort of blended really well. So you know, it doesn't come across old school or old fashioned. It's just got a timeless smell to it. So you can wear this quite versatile as well. I wear this sort of casual because generally my signature scent is what I wear the most of. But sometimes if I'm going out, but I'm not on the pull, if you know what I mean, then if I'm not doing that, I'm just going out looking a bit smarter, maybe around somebody's house for some reason, or an event, then I'll usually just pick this one up. It suits a bit of everything, and I often wear this for like job interviews as well. So yeah, quite a versatile scent. So it's cheap, it's versatile, it smells good. You know, what more do you want for a signature scent? You can wear it anywhere, no matter what you're wearing. It smells good. People will eventually associate you with it. It's timeless. It doesn't smell dated. It doesn't smell modern. It's just straight down the middle. Costs you next to nothing. And you can get it in 50 mils. You can get it in this 100 mils. You can also get it if you can find it, mind. Because it's not easy to get it in this size, but this size of it, right? Yeah, 200 ml monster, and I'm wearing this today. I've just opened this, and by the time I finish that bit of juice that's left in the 100 mils, I want this to be ready to go. I start mixing with the air inside and getting it where it should be. The size of it, I mean, that's my hand, right? And I've got reasonably large hands. You see the size of my head there, and it just about sort of goes around the bottle. So it's a good size bottle, and I love big bottles like this. But oh yeah, I'm wearing this particular bottle today, and it needs a little time, probably about a month or so. It still smells a bit, but it goes away quick. And I know I had the same thing with that bottle. And once I got maybe 10 mils down, the air mixed with it and works perfectly fine. And this is doing exactly the same. So a few mils down. So I'll keep wearing this for my grab for about a month, so until maybe 10 mils have gone, and then I'll go back to my other bottle and finish it off. So it's longevity and projection of today's juice. It's still pretty good. It should last you a good 6 to 8 hours, something around there. It does me anyway. I spray on skin and a few shots on clothing, and it lasts me perfectly well. The projection is actually pretty good. Again, first few hours actually pushes really well. It is aromatic, and it never comes really close to the skin until about sort of 5-6 hours, and then you're gonna start struggling like most fragrances, I suppose. Compliments. This has got me compliments many times. Of course, for the length of time I've worn this, it's obviously I've had numerous, many compliments. I've had your general compliments, or you just smell good. That was one of ex-worker man. Actually, he says, "What is it?" Because he loved it, the smell of it, and he's like, "I have to go and get some of that." And I told him it's cheap as well, and he's someone who likes cheap things, but quality, and that's exactly what 1881 is. My daughter obviously says, "That smells of you. That's you." I mean, that sold it for me forever. There's been numerous times. I remember going out one night. It was quite a while ago, actually, 5, 6, 7 years ago maybe. I was wearing this. Went to like a cocktail type of bar with someone from work. We was going a little early, so 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. By about 8 o'clock, these people started coming in, and this one I'd have been late 30s, and these young girls come in. Well, I say young, as about 25. Started sitting around and just chatting, and this one took a fancy to me for whatever reason. Getting up close, talking to me, because there was music. So it's coming in close, talking to each other, and she just said, "Oh, I really like you," and all this business. And then all of a sudden she went, "Oh God, you even smell good." I was like, you can have your number, sort of thing. And it was this. And yeah, she didn't give me my number because of this, but it was like we was getting on well, talking, chatting away, and she was getting excited that she's met somebody and they're getting on well. And then she said, "Oh, you even smell good. I mean, you've just icing on the cake, if you will, or cherry on top. You smell good as well." And it was this. I remember it quite clearly because she asked what it was as well. So yeah, there's plenty of times that this has had compliments. Of course, then there's family and everything else, and my parents bought me this, obviously one of the first, not this particular bottle obviously, but one of the first fragrances I ever had, and I don't know who bought it, probably my mum. We don't get into these things. It's a bit of a coincidence that it's always been a scent that has suited me down to the ground. I can wear it anywhere I want, and people associate it with me. Even the person who bought it me, obviously back then, thought it might suit me, and it obviously does. So I mean, it wouldn't wow the sort of top tier niche snobs in the way that it smells of quality, although the quality is there. Nothing in here smells cheap or overly synthetic or anything like that. Everything here actually smells pretty damn good in my opinion. But these niche snobs aren't going to enjoy this one so much. However, there are some out there that I would certainly watch, like Eugene and the others that recently, like Paco Rabanne, homme, they've really been getting into that, and it's down that sort of line, of the quality and the way it smells and the way it's made is really good. So overall, I mean, for me, it's a 10 out of 10. It does everything I like. I do like the powdery side of fragrances as well, which it doesn't have, but sometimes you just don't want that powdery side, and you just want something clean, fresh, masculine, and versatile, and it's exactly what it is. You could spray this up, and about an hour later you get a call, "Oh, can you come out to a meeting or do anything else?" You wouldn't need to spray again. You just chuck on a collar, shirt and collar, tie, and go out, because it would match whatever you're wearing. It's actually really good for that. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. Let me know in the comments below what you think of 1881. If you tried it, you not tried it, do you like it, do you not like it, do you agree with anything I say, disagree? Doesn't matter, as long as you're courteous, I will talk to you. So leave a comment below, I'll answer as soon as I can. So thank you for watching, I do appreciate you as always. Leave a thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already, I would appreciate that. And I'll see you again soon on the next fragrance review.